It's the 60-second over the limit recap. Did you see it? The RAW Loaf got its first ever sign on WWE television, on any type of television program. I don't even know if Did I die and go to heaven? Well, I'm gonna see if I can walk out the front door because I'm excited. Hey, the RAW Loaf was on a pay-per-view! Can you believe it? The RAW Loaf just got his WWE pay-per-view and I got myself a driver! Yes! Yes! I want one of those. It's a nice dress. Now, the only thing that could have made last night better was if Botunga would have responded to one of my tweets. One day that's gonna happen. So Cena comes out and he's all like, what the hell? What the hell? What the hell? And then he says that Big Show was gonna beat him anyway. Like the Big Show would have been fast enough to come out to the ring to stop him. I was body slammed like twice, and I count the standing fireman's carry as pretty much a body slam. And my body is done. The Office gangbang comes out and Cena says, hey Laurinaitis, you got hot but you still suck. No pun intended. One of my favorite things about pro wrestling is the absolute overselling of injuries by heels. Today's coming out on the scooter and not being able to stand. I love it. Big Show came out and if you ask me, he's been a heel ever since he slapped the hell out of AJ months back when he was facing Daniel Bryan. Botunga comes out and Cena tells him he can just go to the back and watch Law and Order. Totally misses a perfect opportunity to use Special Victims Unit. He didn't. I'm guessing that's a writer's fault. Shame on you, writers. You couldn't think to use Special Victims Unit? Are you kidding? Olivia Benson, Mariska Hargitay, Jane Mansfield's daughter? The first match is Botunga versus Cena, and the match is dedicated by Botunga to that wonderful Mr. Johnny Ace. Now, Botunga demonstrates my style if I were a professional wrestler, which is like run around and then trap them, and I would be pinning, and that's all I would do. Once you come out to see me, if all I did was like run away to trap my opponent and then just pin and just pin. So Cena eventually hits the AA and puts the STF on Botunga. Then Rex, Hawkins, O'Neal, and Young all come out and attack Cena. Isn't it funny how Cena could beat Lesnar and take all the hits in the world and over the limit? Last year, he literally got tortured by The Miz and Riley for over 20 minutes. Hit with everything, dropped on everything. The Big Show punches him and he's done. Santino comes out and ruins one of my favorite moments of Raw, and that's when Ricardo Rodriguez does his introduction for Alberto Del Rio. And I wouldn't have minded the interruption so much if it just wasn't so unfunny. And if he would have finished those R's with Rio, with the EO, maybe it would have saved it because that part had some funny on it. But when it just isn't finished, and Michael Cole says, first Del Rio had to deal with a Cobra. Next, he'll have to deal with a Viper. I'm wondering if this whole segment was just to say that line. Like, there was no need for this. Yeah, if you watch YouTube, you can see Ricardo Rodriguez on Santino's little show, but still, So during the Orton versus Del Rio match, Del Rio jumps through the middle rope and takes a bump that I would rather eat the living dog feces of a dog that is not healthy. We almost get the Viper Wiper again. I can't even remember the last time we got a Viper Wiper. Jericho comes out and hits the code breaker on Randy Orton and reminds us about 12 times that he is the best in the world. And I'm going to tell you why. Because who else can be gone for a year and come back and get like 3 or 4 title matches and lose every single one of them, but somehow get a title match every time? After he hits the code breaker on him a couple times, Jericho goes up and he grabs Orton. And I thought he was gonna snap his neck, and then he pulled him up, and then I thought he was gonna kiss him, and then he gave him a code breaker, and there was blood. Blood. PG? Oh yeah, that's right, violence is okay, but boobs, don't show those. They'll ruin your life. Daniel Bryan comes out and gives us a Q&A session, another one of my favorite moments of Raw. Then Punk comes out and introduces D-Bry's opponent for the night, Kane. It's all fun and games until the chokeslam monster comes out. And I'm not just saying chokeslam monster because he chokeslams. Kane's chokeslam, it's like a body slam times 12. So Punk goes over to commentary, but unfortunately the match ends pretty quickly. Punk goes to pull a D-Bry with a chair. Kane sees D-Bry with the chair after D-Bry steals it from Punk and attacks D-Bry with the chair. And he took a handful of chair shots, but I guarantee you, those 2 chokeslams that followed, Daniel Bryan, I'm sorry. I do not like witnessing murders on television. So while Daniel Bryan's lying there in the middle of the ring dead, Punk goes and checks on him. He does a little bit more than check on him, he puts him on the Anaconda Vice. Quick note, WWE, why do you love snakes so much? Cobra, Viper, Anaconda, Gardner Snake. AJ, the answer is yes. You can leave all of that drama and you can come live with me. I have a dope setup here.
I just wanted to say that I'm pretty sure that I've never used that phrase before. Boy howdy, the crazy things men say when beautiful women are put in front of them.
Look at this amazing box fan. This is fixable. Look at that trash can. Look at how much I love Hornsby. You could have this too. Oh my god, this pot's amazing. Isn't that awesome? Dirt Devil #1 vacuum in the world. And here's a sleeping bag you could use. Have you ever like hung out with me inside a sleeping bag? I bet it's amazing. Finally I get to wear the shirt and it's legit. Ha! It's Christian versus Jinder Mahal next. It's a pretty vintage Christian match, and I'm glad to see it. During the match, though, Lawler and Cole take a pretty cheap shot at Booker T. Shame, but nonetheless, I'm excited. This guy's back. Christian finally hits the kill switch on Mahal, and instead of pinning him, he goes up to the top rope and executes what Michael Cole describes as a big splash. I know it's been a while. Hornswoggle did do a frog splash about a month ago on SmackDown with the greatest of ease. But apparently that's added to his repertoire, although I faintly in the back of my mind remember Christian doing some frog splashes before. And he gets a 3 count. Next we get a Divas match between Kelly Kelly and Beth Phoenix. And again, we're going to let the timer run, and once it finishes, we'll go ahead and talk about the match. Now the 1000th episode is coming up July 23rd, and the show's gonna go 3 hours after that. I'm gonna say 1000th episode, not that impressive. I'm gonna say Days of Our Lives, been on the air since like the 70s, and they do it like 5 times a week. Weekly episodic, yeah, they got that cornered. Good for them though. That really is amazing. I'm not trying to make fun of them, but Cole said they were live every night. Not true, because I specifically remember that night when in WCW they said, oh, you can turn into that other channel and see Mick Foley win the championship, and then Raw got like its highest ratings ever that night. Nerd. Now we get to the final segment of the night. It's Cena and Sheamus versus the 3 mystery opponents, which turns out to be Team 4G and Tenzai in a lumber heel match. The ring is surrounded by heels. You will never guess who got flapjacked in this match. Could you imagine Tensai getting flapjacked? He should. Swagger does the push-ups, and after every push-up he goes, ah! 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 And some of the lumber heels were doing it too, and my dream in life is to do push-ups, and people say that with me. So at one point, Sheamus pulls Swagger's hair, and Lawler responds with, nice move by the champ there. So the vast majority of this match is Team 4G and Tenzai just wailing on Sheamus. Sheamus makes a few rallies back, but during one he started slapping Tenzai in the belly, and I loved it because it looked like he was just slapping a back belly pin. Wah, wah, wah. Tenzai gives a body slam to Sheamus, but I've never seen a body slam look so pathetic in my life. Sheamus gets pulled off the apron outside, and the lumber heels just start attacking him. The ref just does this. And we all know the faces are gonna come running out, and To be honest, I was hoping Hornswoggle was just gonna come barreling out all by himself, wearing like a cape or something. But the locker room starts to empty, and Kali is moving at about the speed of molasses going uphill in the winter time. Did anybody else get thrown off by the camera being up on the stairs when Cena was tagged in? I don't know if that's because there were so many people on the outside of the ring, or they're trying to do something new with Cena. But I'm pretty sure I've never seen that angle before in WWE. So as all chaos is going off in the ring, Cena heads to the back. Cena finds Big Johnny. It says he's just looking for the Big Show. The Big Show comes out and flattens Cena, and the show's done. 2 minutes and 29 seconds. And the match really wasn't that bad for a Divas match. I mean, Over the Limit was pretty good. Kelly even did her little helicopter, I don't know what to call that other than... I don't know what to call that. But it is fun watching Kelly get all period power on her opponents. At 2:29, let's think about how this works out. Again, we wait about 30 seconds before we show Layla in the back again. So we gotta take off 30 seconds for that fact that they had to wait for Layla to get ready. She didn't even have her Divas Championship belt, so they had to cut. They were like, we gotta get her on TV so we can end this match. And she didn't have her belt, probably lost it in the scurry. So that cuts it down to 1:59. Now you gotta think, alright, Kelly's in the top 100 on Maxim again. We can't have this match so short. We're gonna have to add in some extra time to this match to legitimize the fact that she's in Maxim's top 100. We can't just let her get crushed. So I'm going to deduct 100 seconds for that. So in the end, this match was actually only 19 seconds. Divas matches under 60 seconds, 2. Divas matches over 60 seconds, 0. Thank you for tuning into the first ever legit episode of the Raw Loaf. What makes this episode legit? Well, all thanks to this man right here. The Raw Loaf had a sign at a WWE pay-per-view right in the middle during the main event, and not only was the sign there, the sign was dancing around. It was pretty amazing. Did you see it? I didn't see it because I wasn't looking for it, but I watched replays and I saw it at the end when everybody started blowing up my Twitter asking if that was me. I know that wasn't me, that was this guy right here, Mr. T. Sterlo. You can find him on Twitter. I appreciate you watching. I hope you go on Facebook.com/The Raw Loaf, like that page. I hope you hit the subscribe button up there. Hopefully you will go down and like this. Hopefully you'll hit the share button and share it with the world. Retweet it when I tweet it, or retweet it when anybody retweets it. Or even tweet it yourself. Be a go-getter, be a self-starter, be a motivator. Show everybody in the world that I am not just some guy in my apartment all by myself doing this for nobody. Because it used to be that way, but now I got like 10 people watching, but somehow I get like 130 views. So thank you for watching. Have a great night.